How's it going, YouTube? This is Trainer JI, and today is the Monday weekend sales recap. This is number 26. Last week I did, for the first time, I gave pricing. Seems like it was pretty unanimous. Everybody wants that again. I do have the time today, so I have everything set up, ready to go here, so I can roll through, give prices, and yeah. So total amount for this weekend was $3,862.57. If it says 3,900 in the title, it's because I just rounded up. If you're mad about that, then maybe next time I'll round down. Or I just don't care. But regardless, $3,862.57. It was a good weekend. I've really been on the singles grind lately, this last week and a half. It's paying off, selling a lot of that kind of stuff. If you think you're too big in this hobby or as a business, when you're doing this kind of stuff to sell singles, then you might want to rethink yourself. Maybe you can get away without doing it, just doing graded, but I mean, people fluctuate in what they want. Graded seems like it's a little down right now, a little flooded. Singles is doing well. Yeah, it's lower dollar amount, but I have a ton of backstock of singles that either I didn't want to grade because of condition, or I just didn't want to grade in general. There's no reason for me not to be grinding that out and listed, because it seriously is a large chunk of cash. I mean, out of this 3,800 this weekend, I would assume about 1,000 of that was singles. So I mean, you can see just right there how important that kind of thing is for your business. It also draws a lot of extra people in. Sometimes they'll pick up a graded card because they saw you have singles, and sometimes they see one single, they go visit your store, they buy a bunch of singles. So don't sleep on singles. Again, if you think you're too big as a business, or in this hobby, as a business in this hobby, to sell singles, then again, yeah, you might want to check yourself. But yeah, we'll jump into this. We'll get rolling here. Looks like I have to move over here. There we go. All right, now we're where we need to be. Again, we'll go through price here. The 3,800 something, again, doesn't deduct the shipping, taxes, fees, all blah, blah, etc. So the number that this all adds up to might be slightly different. It will be, actually, because this is just the net. But yeah, all right, let's jump into this. First up, we have Claire's Gyarados Light Play, $17.24. And they also bought the Light Play Jasmine's Electabuzz for $5.99. We have a lot of low dollar singles in here just because it was quick quantity list. It's super easy to do that. So it really doesn't matter if the return isn't that great. It just, if you have the inventory, you need to get rid of it. I mean, most of this modern is near mint. I didn't even condition scan it. It's near mint. It came packed fresh. If anyone has an issue with it when they receive it, I'll gladly do an exchange, refund half, or yeah. If anyone takes advantage of that, I feel like it, I'll obviously block them, because I'm sure a couple people that bought this kind of stuff will be watching this. But that's generally how this stuff works. It's just quick, easy, simple, low dollar cards. 99% of this stuff, even maybe 99.9% of the stuff you get in from Japan when you get modern stuff like this is near mint. So $2.49 in the VMAX Climax Charizard. We have a set of the Pikachu V Unions, $14.24. Moltres Cardass, $14.99 in heavily played. Obviously, again, this was modern, so near mint. And again, this is only my second week doing the pricing thing and kind of like multitasking while I'm doing this, so just kind of give me a break if, again, it feels a little bit clunky this week. Also, running on like 4 hours of sleep right now, because I woke up around like 9 this morning, 9:30, and Pokemon Steven was in Discord with one of my other buddies, and for whatever reason decided to hop in, and they were talking about grinding and they were doing listings, and then I was like, oh, well, I gotta get up and get grinding and do listings. So we're running on a low amount of sleep right now, so just, again, give me a little breather. We got Coughing here, heavily played, $2.62, and again, the Moltres was heavily played as well, $14.99. We have Pichu Soul Silver Collection, PSA 9, $43.99. We have two here of the VMAX Climax Charizards, near mint again, $5.24 for the pair. Behind here is Jasmine's Raichu. This is actually a fantastic Bob artwork that you can't see. But yeah, Light Play, $8.24. We have Bulbasaur, PSA 9, base set, fantastic card. True Classic, PSA 9, $27.99. I know, PSA 9 base set. This stuff's getting tougher to find. I know I've said this in a bunch of my other videos, but just don't sleep on the old back stuff because it just feels too cheap right now, in my personal opinion. We have Mewtwo, Moonlit Pursuit, PSA 9, $39.99. Gotta scroll down a little bit here. All right, we have Jasmine Steelix, beautiful card. Excellent condition, $33.74. Skarmory, excellent condition, $31.49. We have Bruno Steelix, light play, $26.99. And then we have P Promo Rocket Scizor from the Trainer's Mag, $24.74. Excellent condition, if I didn't say that. Next up, we have a set of 2 of the Starbirth Charizard V's V-Star, and then 2 of the Charizard V from the VMAX starter set. The pair of these was $8.98 total, and the pair of these was $5.98 total. Sold another Claire's Gyarados. This one in excellent condition. This was $20.99. Next up's a little different. This is kind of like a private deal that I still do on eBay. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's just kind of how it works out with this person. And been doing business with them for a while, so it just doesn't bother me. So the total amount for the next 14 cards is $1,700. I can try and give you a guesstimate on what I charge for the actual cards once I break them all down, but we'll go through each one of them. I'll put them into piles because of the deals we did. This is like a backlog for a little while, but we came to an agreement and paid this weekend. But $1,700 again for the next 14 cards. We got Gengar GL, Bonds the End of Time, PSA 10. We have Melodic Sea from the Garchomp half deck, PSA 10. Beautiful, beautiful E-Series 10s. Love it. Meowth, Split Earth, 10. I gotta try and figure out where these need to go. All right, we got Meowth, Expedition, 10. Cubone, Town on No Map, 10. Blossom, Wind from the Sea, 10. Fantastic Kazuki artwork. We have Slowking, Wind from the Sea, 10. Fantastic Kasube artwork. Professor Elm's Training Method from Expedition, 10. Jirachi Movie Nights promo, 10. Eevee, 10. They're all 10s. Zapdos, and also the Moltres from ANA, 10s. We have Magikarp Expedition, 10. And then we have Eevee 711 promo with the beautiful sparkle with Pikachu hanging out in the background, PSA 10. So let me break this down for myself quick. These 3 right here, $700 for the 3. I do remember some of the deals. I know I don't know how I remember half this stuff, but I just do at this point. We got Jirachi and Elm. I think it was $100 for the 2 of these. That was a little cheap, but again, this person, because I deal with them so often, sometimes I'll give them a little better price just because, again, you're buying in bulk, you're buying consistently. It's just how business works. We have 2 Eevees here, and this Gengar, and a Melodic. All right, these 4, excuse me, $500 for the 4. So you kind of expect, like, you know what you're kind of seeing here. The ANAs is probably $300, $300, and $100 for Magikarp. Maybe a little different. And then guesstimate here is probably like, what, $100 for the Eevee, or probably $150 for Eevee, $50 for Melodic, and this Eevee, and then $250 for the Gengar GL. Sounds about right. And that's right, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right, because if I want to pack orders correctly after this, then yeah, they need to be in order. And then for the 5 of these, I believe it was the 5 of these. Yeah, 5 of these. Yeah, okay, so I said the Jirachi. Yeah, that's terrible. I still remember. Again, guys, we're running on a low amount of sleep. So it was these 7 for $500. That's what it was. That's what it was. I don't know why I forgot that, but these 7 here for $500. So that, again, makes it a little clunky there, but that's just how that deal went down, and that's how they ended up being there. So, all right, next up we have another moving on from that mess. We have Karen's TM02, the one without her in it. Excellent condition, $6.74. These usually sell well, just for the simple fact that not many people list them, and honestly, you can't buy them regularly that often, at least from my personal experience. We have Charizard EX Full Art SR from 151. You can't see him, he's hiding, but $33.74. Next up, this will end up going in a team bag to ship, but that's how these are prepped right now. We have 4 copies of the Charizard V-Star from Starbirth, and then 8 copies of the VMAX Climax. The VMAX Climax for the 8 copies was $20.96, and the 4 copies of the Charizard V-Star was $10.48. Beautiful artwork here. We have Nidoran Town and No Map 10, $79.99. Alright, we're rolling here. We're rolling. We have Totodile from the McDonald's promo pack, near mint, $20.24. Web Charmeleon, near mint, $16.49. We have Crobat from Split Earth, moderately played. We are looking at $29.99 here. Voltorb, heavily played from Web Series, $5.24. Web Series is another one of those tough to find cards, really strange release, and it just seems like they're extremely cheap. Not that that's cheap for $5.24 for a heavily played copy. That's pretty normal, but just in general, a lot of the graded ones are cheap. They just seem like very cheap cards right now. I actually just picked up one of my favorite cards. Actually get that for you guys. I'm sure some of you will be mad about it, but some of you probably enjoy it. I just picked this up for my collection. I haven't picked up a card for my collection that I actually bought graded for a while, but I've been looking for this card, and it's one of my favorite from Web, so I picked it up. We got the Surfing Pikachu, PSA 10. I think I paid like $140 or whatever for this. So it gives a little price transparency for that as well. I absolutely love this card. I like Surfing Pikachu a lot, but I love the E-Series border, and this it sets it all for me. So I'm really glad to add one of these to my collection. I do have one, I think, in grading. If I grade that at 10, maybe I'll keep the copy I graded. But this right here is just, I don't know. I absolutely just love this card, and I'm glad to add it to the collection. But yeah, little mini tidbit there. Next up, we have another V-Union set. I don't know why I didn't put these in. No, I know why I didn't put these in top loaders, because, again, this is a team bag order. We have the V-Union set again for $14.24, same as the last one. And then we have Politoed, Missy's to be exact, from Theater Limited, near mint, $20.49. Ho-Oh, Coral promo, excellent condition, $14.99. I don't know if I just said that. I don't know. I'm lost in the sauce. But yeah, that, again, singles, you're going to see a lot more of that stuff on here. Maybe some of you will enjoy that. Maybe some of you won't. Maybe some of you are just here for the graded. But you're only going to see it in the sales videos. Not going to show that kind of stuff off too often, unless they do like a live video or whatever. But Morty's Mischievous, PSA 9, $23.99. This is a bargain. Again, don't sleep on some of this stuff right now. 9s. Even 10s of a lot of this stuff. I get like this is a quote-unquote common, but it's from a very unique set. Stuff that's getting harder and harder to find in 10 or 10 condition. Just again, don't sleep on some of this older stuff right now, because I would say maybe taper off on Modern, because Modern probably seems like it's kind of really, I wouldn't say at its peak. I mean, and it deserves it because the artwork's so fantastic. But the Modern's definitely kind of top right now in pricing, while a lot of this vintage stuff is just way down. So don't sleep on this kind of stuff. All right, we have Morty's Ninetales, VS Series, lightly played, $11.99. I have Eevee. I'll do this one first because it's in order. We have Eevee from Rocket Gang, Japanese, $3.74. And then we have the Toys R Us bingo campaign. Don't ask me. I just know that that's what this promo is. It's Toys R Us. You can see the stamp down there. It's actually pretty cool. Ironically, I did see that they're actually opening those stores back up, like 20, 30 of those stores. So that's cool. But regardless, Toys R Us bingo campaign. I guess you had to play a bingo round to get this promo at Toys R Us. $25.87. This is light play. We have one of my favorite cards from the movie commemoration BS pack, the '04, we have Sid's Blastoise PSA 9, beautiful Nishido artwork. Yeah, $63.99. We have one that's been in my collection a long time, listed a while ago, finally sold. We got the 2 cert. Polished this baby up. Looks like it just came back from PSA. Looks fantastic. Love seeing it. Yeah, PSA 10 on this one. Sold for $480. This is probably the big ticket item of the weekend. Just fantastic card. And these are so tough to find, mint condition. They, for whatever reason, I don't know if these were playable or what, but they usually show up in not so great condition. You buy them raw. And I didn't even grade that one. So I don't think I've ever graded one of those in a 10, just to give you some perspective. We have Japanese Melodic. Yeah, Japanese. I'm reading off my item titles. We have Melodic C from the Garchomp half deck. PSA 9, $27.99. Here's another one. Again, the E-Series stuff right now in 9 condition. The 10s are still low, but they're not. They're still 10s. They're doing pretty well. But the 9s are super cheap. Beautiful card. PSA 9, Doug Trio, $47.99. We have Rowlet and Alolan Executor from Sky Legend floor. This is actually a very modern card, but when I graded a while ago, probably in 2019 when it came out, because I ripped a lot of these open boxes. PSA 10 on this one, $63.99. Last 2 stacks here, we have Squirtle and Wartortle, both in moderately play condition. $3.37 for both, like each, like $3.37, total was like $6.74, something like that. Yeah. We have moderately played Jigglypuff, Jungle, $1.31. Again, if you think you're too big to sell this stuff, think again. Like, I mean, you just saw I brought in like almost $4,000 this weekend, and I'm selling a card for $1.31. It's not because I'm cheap. It's not because I don't value my time. I just know that I know how to do this stuff well enough that I can do this efficiently, effectively, and people appreciate it. Every card deserves a home. That's my personal opinion. And don't care what condition it is. Don't care what it looks like. Don't care what Pokemon it is. Every card deserves a home. Just my personal opinion. We have V-Star Charizard again from V-Star Universe, $2.62. We have a damaged Poliwrath from Split Earth, $18.74. Again, just because it's damaged doesn't mean it doesn't have some collectability. I mean, if you can get a damaged copy at a fraction of the price because A, you're on a budget, or B, you just don't care, I mean, why not? Like, seriously. It'll look good in a binder. I mean, does this look good to you in a top loader? Yeah, you see a little bit of the wear here and there, but for the most part, yeah, you get the same artwork. Just a lot cheaper than what a 10 or a higher condition would be. We have Pichu from Neo 1 Genesis, PSA 9. $55.99. We have Charizard. This time, one of the ones I did grade from VMAX Climax, PSA 10 for $35.99. We have the Charizard EX, full art again, near mint, 3205. This one must have been an offer that got sent out. So if you're the guy that paid $33.34 and you watch this and you want it for $32.05, hit me up and I'll gladly do the refund for you for the partial. It's one of those things where I send offers out, or sometimes it auto sends them out, and it's only 5%. So 5%, I mean, if you really care that much, again, I'll gladly refund you, but that's just how it works. We got Flareon Reviving Legends, PSA 7, $23.99. We got Meganium Neo Premium File 1, excellent condition, $11.24. Dark Scizor, Neo 4 Destiny, PSA 9, $47.99. Again, PSA 9, $47.99. I don't even know if you can like look and find an actual mint or near mint copy for that price on eBay. Maybe you can, but that's actually going to grade a 9. It's just very unlikely. We have the Pachirisu from Lost Link, $4.49 in light played condition. This is a holo. You just really hard to tell in the Lost Links. We have Ampharos Heart Gold Collection, PSA 10 for $75.99. Do a little rearrange in here. Got Magneton, Tadano Map, non-holo rare, PSA 9, $39.99. And last little stack here, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I'm pretty comfortable with that. This is a pretty large order of stuff as far as singles and everything. I'm pretty comfy with that. So as long as I get started early enough on a Monday, should be able to continuously do this until, I mean, if things get big enough where I'm doing like 10,000 and we got like 200 singles and like 50 graded cards, might get a little tough at that point, but we'll see what we can do. We have Shift Tree, Miracle Desert 10, as well as this order was a Zangoose Miracle Desert 10. The pricing's a little off on these because to make it easy, they bought one at full price and then they bought one at a lower price because I could send an offer on that just to balance out what we agreed upon for the two of them. But I would say... I would actually say it's about right, to be quite honest with you. I would say, yeah, I would say 100, so $99.99 for Zangoose and $65 for the Shift Tree PSA 10. Beautiful hollows from Miracle Desert. I love this set, probably my favorite EX Air set. I know that sounds crazy, but I just have fond memories of the set. The box artwork gives me a lot of nostalgia. Just big fan. We have Pichu Reverse Foil, Premium File 2, PSA 9, $39.99. Beautiful swirl on this one. I know you've seen this card before, but here we have another copy. Starbirth, Charizard, V-Star, $2.84. Cool Porygon, Song's Best Collection, CD promo. PSA 9, $35.99. Again, it's just wild. Old back is so tough to find in mint condition, so tough to grade. And I get this was a CD promo. There's a million of them, but it's just, it's a PSA 9. It's just crazy to me that that stuff's still that cheap. We have Magneton, Town of No Map, Light Play, $17.24. Houndoom, Golden Sky, Silvery Ocean, fantastic artwork, moderately played for $9.44. And lastly, for this week's Monday's weekend sales recap, we have a PSA 8 Giratina Cry from Mysterious, $24.99. So that does it for this. 22 minutes there. It's not too bad. Again, it was 38. It was like 38.62 or whatever. I said it in the beginning of the video. I don't want to look again. For the total for the week, I'll probably have it rounded up, or maybe I'll even round it down because I'm sure somebody will complain that I rounded up to 3,800 for the week. Overall, great sales weekend. Can't complain. Love selling this stuff. Love selling the singles like that and seeing them go to a good home. It's just, I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun listing singles. I'll probably list singles today yet. And then I do have some graded to get caught up on this week. And then after that, I'll just be listing singles until graded comes back. It's another thing too. Unless you're a massive seller that has a sub coming back every other day, or every day, which I know some of them probably do, you have downtime. So you should either be condition scanning if you're doing this as a business, or you should be listing singles. I mean, that's just, I mean, why not? Why not make money in the downtime? And also offload your inventory that you don't plan on grading, because what does it do? It just sits in a box. I have plenty of boxes filled with stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys bought anything this weekend, thank you. Really appreciate it. This stuff will get shipped out today yet, Monday, October the 2nd. I'll be hitting the post office up as soon as I get off this video and pack this stuff up. You should have your tracking number, and you'll get a scan in after the scan sheet gets updated, or scanned in and updated a little later. And yeah, you should see it this week yet. Again, appreciate you if you brought anything. It's never necessary, but again, always appreciate it. And yeah, biggest takeaway from this, no card gets left behind. Every card deserves a home. No card gets left behind, just like no child should be left behind. Every card should get a home, and every card has some sort of value, whether it's a penny, $1, $100, $1,000, $100,000, doesn't matter. Every card has some value, and there's always somebody out there to usually buy something, whether it takes a day or 1,000 days. So yeah, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't, but either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.